Well, in this election season, early voting is starting next week.
Ty Milburn at one of those places tonight with some races to watch for us. Ty.
Hey, Ian, it's kind of hard to believe that we are in another election season, especially when you consider what we endured last year. But here we are again, and in just a couple of days, on Saturday to be exact, early voting starts at this location here in Dobbs Ferry. This will be one of 22 locations across the county. When early voting starts this Saturday, you will not see the long lines that you saw snaking around the block at the Board of Elections last year.
We're expecting much lower turnout than there was last year.
This week, the lines for the 2-week early voting period, if any, will be manageable. That according to Doug Colety and Reginald Lafayette, the Republican and Democratic commissioners of the Westchester County Board of Elections.
It's always a drop-off, and it's always voter fatigue.
Presidential elections usually garner 70–80% of the electorate that come out, and a primary could be anywhere between 10 and 20%.
But whether or not the crowd show up, elections officials insist they are ready.
We're setting up the same as we would set up for 2020 election.
They've hired dozens of election monitors, increased the number of polling stations from 17 to 23, and are making sure that anyone who wants to vote early can at any of the locations spread out across the county.
Early voting is going to take the pressure off of the election day voting.
As for big races, there are plenty. One to keep an eye on is the county-wide race for clerk, pitting four-term incumbent Tim Iadoni against Yonkers City Councilwoman Shanae Williams. Other important races include the Greenburgh Town Supervisor, the Mount Vernon Comptroller, and City Council races in Yonkers, Mount Vernon, and Peekskill.
Every race to that local community is a big race.
So Ty, they're still going to have COVID protocols in place?
Yes, Ian, we are still in the middle of a pandemic, says the elections officials, and they say they will treat this election just like they treated the last couple of other ones. There will be social distancing, a lot of hand sanitizer. All the workers will be wearing masks, but they say at this point it is unclear whether or not they'll mandate that the public wear a mask.
All right, thanks, Ty.